We have been covered key concepts and principles showing you a clear path to AI monetization. You understand the 3 paths from professional to product, the 5 product types, the 5-layer stack, the 5 revenue models, the A.I.M framework, the capability modules, the pricing anchors, and the frameworks for handling the conversations that will come up when you start selling. Now you have come to a place where the only thing that remains is the decision to start. And I mean that with the full weight of it. So in this video, I will be sharing 6 business ideas that you can start as a total beginner. I want to reiterate that you don't have to be a developer to build any of these ideas. All the tools that I will be sharing are non-coder friendly. Pick one idea from this list or the one your own industry. These are meant to be starting point for your AI income. Now, if you are still on the fence on how to get started, please get my free workbook. The link is in the description. Each idea in this video is mapped to a product type from the workbook, a stack from chapter 5, a pricing model from chapter 7, and a path through the A.I.M studio. The number on the tech complexity is real. The revenue estimates are grounded in what the market has already validated. And the validation question at the end of each one is the exact input you would run through the AI productization lab to confirm whether it is the right fit for your specific situation. Now let's go through the ideas. Idea 1. AI proposal generator for architects and interior designers. The person this serves is an architect or interior designer who writes project proposals repeatedly, the same sections, the same professional structure, a significant time investment for every new client, and whose time is far better spent on design than on document production. The transformation is direct. They enter their project specifications and the client brief, and they leave with a formatted client-ready proposal. The tool encodes what a strong proposal in this field looks like. The professional's actual judgment about the project is what they are bringing to it. Tech complexity sits at a 2 out of 5 a system prompt and an HTML interface with no automation or data layer required, or a SaaS built in Rocket.new, LLM API connected through the builder. Supabase for auth and data, Stripe for payments, PDF.co for export, Lemon Squeezy for sales delivery. Revenue model is $47 as a one-time purchase or $19 per month. At 50 paying subscribers, A.I.M's revenue model projects just over $2,300 in monthly recurring revenue from a product that took 3 to 5 days to build. The capability modules needed are LLM reasoning, data extraction, and document generation. The addressability score will be high. This community concentrates visibly on Houzz, LinkedIn, and platforms like Arch Daily, and reaching them with targeted content is a well-established path. The AI Productization Lab Validation Query, AI Proposal Generator for architects and interior designers. Check demand score, competition gap, and pricing ceiling before building. Idea 2. AI Lesson Plan Builder for tutors. The person this serves is an independent tutor or the manager of a small tutoring center, someone who prepares lesson plans at high volume and for varying grade levels, and who needs both consistency and variation across a week's worth of sessions. The transformation: enter the topic, the grade level, and the learning objective. Leave with 3 differentiated lesson plan variations ready to use or adapt. The recurring nature of the need new lesson plans every week. Every cycle is what makes a subscription model appropriate here rather than a one-time sale. Tech complexity 2 out of 5. Revenue model $9 per month, which sits low enough that the barrier to starting is minimal and high enough to compound meaningfully as the subscriber base grows. Build time 3 to 5 days. One market anchor worth holding: teachers. Pay Teachers is a marketplace that has validated over $200 million in transactions, proving that educators pay readily for professional tools that save preparation time. The AI native version of the tools that perform best in that marketplace is the product category this idea lives in. Builder, Rocket.new or softer, LLM API via Builder, Supabase for auth and data, Stripe for payments, Airtable for saving plans, Lemon Squeezy for sales delivery. The AI Productization Lab Validation Query, AI Lesson Plan Generator for independent tutors. Check recurring need score, subscription versus one-time fit, and whether grade level differentiation is the core feature. Idea 3, AI Brand Voice Consistency Checker. The person this serves is a marketing manager, a brand consultant, or anyone managing copy production at volume, someone who knows what on-brand sounds like and who currently reads through every piece of content manually to catch the places where the voice drifts. The transformation, upload the copy alongside the brand voice guide, leave with a consistency score and specific edits flagged with reasoning attached to each flag. The evaluator type is the right structure here because the value lies entirely in the criteria, in the professional judgment about what consistency means for this brand, not in the generation of new copy. Tech complexity sits at 3 out of 5 because the prompt structure needs to handle 2 distinct inputs and compare them systematically. Revenue model, $79 as a one-time purchase or added as a premium line item in an existing consulting retainer under the wrap service model from Chapter 7. Build time 5 to 7 days. Builder, Rocket.new or Bolt.new, LLM API via Builder with dual document context and scoring prompt. Supabase, Stripe, Upload Thing for file uploads, Lemon Squeezy for sales delivery. The AI Productization Lab income potential score for this idea tends to be high because marketing teams have established budgets and this product replaces hours of manual review with minutes. That combination, clear willingness to pay, and a large time displacement is what makes the income potential real rather than speculative. The AI Productization Lab Validation Query, AI Brand Voice Checker for marketing managers and brand consultants. Check budget availability, one-time versus retainer fit, and how many manual review hours the tool displaces. Idea 4, AI Property Listing Writer. The person this serves is a real estate agent or property manager who writes listing descriptions repeatedly, often under time pressure, for properties that need to stand out in a competitive search environment. The transformation is the simplest in this list. Enter the spec sheet bullet points. Leave with a compelling SEO-optimized listing description ready to publish. Input to output, one step, no automation layer needed. Tech complexity 1 out of 5. This is the entry point that requires the least technical setup of any product in this series, and it can realistically be built, tested, and live within 1 to 2 days. Revenue model, $5 per listing on a credit model or $49 per month for unlimited use. Builder, Rocket.new or Glide, LLM API via Builder with multilingual output, Supabase for auth and credit ledger, Stripe for payments, Lemon Squeezy for sales delivery. The AI Productization Lab Validation Query, AI Property Listing Writer for real estate agents. Check addressability score, language preference between English and French, and whether per listing credits or a monthly flat fee fits the buyer's volume. Idea 5, AI Client Onboarding, Brief Generator. The person this serves is a freelancer or boutique agency who repeats the client onboarding process, the same intake questions, the same brief structure, the same back and forth to clarify scope for every new engagement. The transformation, answer a 10-question intake form, leave with a formatted project brief, ready to send to the client that captures everything both parties need to agree on before the work begins. The multi-field input structure makes this a light workflow agent. It is processing structured inputs rather than running a chain of independent AI tasks. Tech complexity 2 out of 5. Revenue model $47 as a one-time purchase, sold to other freelancers as a time-saving tool rather than to clients. Build time 2 to 4 days. The distribution insight for this one is worth naming specifically. Sell where the buyers already gather. Freelance Slack communities, designer hangout, indie hackers. These are communities where the problem is actively discussed and where a peer-built tool with a clear outcome and a fair price sells through recommendation rather than advertising. Builder, Rocket.new or softer, LLM API via Builder with a multi-step prompt chain. Supabase, Stripe, PDF.co for export, shareable link for client delivery, lemon squeezy for sales. The AI Productization Lab Validation Query, AI Client Onboarding Brief Generator for freelancers and agencies. Check whether the shareable client-facing link is the feature that makes this a must-buy, and confirm the one-time pricing ceiling. Idea 6, AI Meeting Notes to Action Plan Converter. The person this serves is a consultant, project manager, or team lead who walks out of meetings with pages of raw notes and then spends 30 to 60 minutes converting them into something their team can actually act on, decisions documented, owners assigned, next steps with deadlines attached, and a summary clean enough to send. The transformation: paste the raw meeting notes, leave with a structured action plan, decisions made, ownership assigned, next steps with deadlines, and a one-paragraph summary ready to send directly to the team. The work that used to take an hour at the end of a full day of meetings takes 2 minutes. Tech complexity, 1 out of 5. This is a single input feeding into a single structured output, one of the cleanest builds in this entire list, and one a builder with a weekend available could have live by Monday. Revenue model, $37 as a one-time purchase, or $15 per month for teams who run meetings daily and want consistent formatting across every session. Build time, 1 to 2 days. The market anchor here is meaningful. Otter.ai and Fireflies built substantial businesses on meeting follow-up friction, serving enterprise customers with integration-heavy platforms. The lightweight, no integration, AI native version of that for solo professionals and small teams is a product gap that remains open, and it sits well within the single file HTML architecture we have been building in throughout this series. Builder, Rocket.new or Bolt.new. LLM API via Builder with an extraction and formatting prompt. Supabase, Stripe, resend for email delivery to the team, lemon squeezy for sales. The AI Productization Lab Validation Query, AI Meeting Notes to Action Plan Converter for consultants and small teams. Check solo versus team use case and whether email to team is the feature that justifies a monthly subscription over a one-time purchase. And that is it, guys. 6 AI business ideas that you can build in the next week and start monetization in the next quarter. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section and check out the description box for the links of the resources mentioned in this video. See you next time.